Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Week 14 NFL predictions. Last week I started off absolutely terribly, I think like 0-4, but then I straightened out to somehow finish with a 10-6 record, bringing my season total to 123, 70, and 1. Couple of plugs as always. Don't forget to check out G Fuel, don't forget to check out Waggle, and don't forget to use code WyattzWorld at sign up on Prize Picks to guarantee yourself to win a free $50 with your first $5 entry. But as always, please remember to play responsibly, and let's get into the video. Okay, so kicking off Week 14 with Thursday Night Football, we have Dallas at Detroit in what should be a phenomenal game. Believe it or not, I'm picking Dallas here. Dude, they're red hot. They have so much momentum. Their division is not dead yet. Their playoff hopes are alive. Their offense looks unstoppable. I understand Kansas City's offense is not nearly as good as Detroit's either, but if Dallas was able to shut down Kansas City for 2 quarters, and they can at least replicate some of that against Detroit, I think their offense will, be strong enough to pull ahead. I think it'll be a high-scoring affair. Dallas is going to win this game 30-26. Now moving on to Sunday, we have Seattle at Atlanta. Nobody is going to pick the Atlanta Falcons with a straight face, especially after just losing to the damn Jets. But for 2, the Falcons would be the team to have an embarrassing loss like that to the Jets and then come back and beat one of the best teams in the league. I'm going to have to see that to believe it, though. I think Seattle's going to dominate this game and walk out ahead 27-13. And that'll bring us to Cincinnati at Buffalo. Of course, Joe Burrow had to come back, didn't he? I'll take the Bills here, 30-21. It's at home. Buffalo has bounced back again. Now, hopefully they continue to go up and not back down. But James Cook has been playing so well. It's only a matter of time until Josh breaks out with a 300-plus yard passing game again. And also for Cincinnati, and this could obviously change, Burrow just didn't look like himself last week, and that's to be expected, fresh off an injury. But we don't know if it's going to take 1 week or a couple weeks for him to fully set in again. With confidence, I'll take Buffalo to win this. Now moving on, we have Tennessee at Cleveland. Cleveland will win this game 10-7. Tickets are $8 to this, by the way. 8. I expect it to be boring. I expect both quarterbacks to look very green as they have. And I expect this to be one of, if not the lowest viewed games of the week. Realistically though, if you're in Cleveland, even if you're not a Browns fan, why aren't you going to this game? It's $8. If you go and it's too cold or it sucks, just leave. It's $8. Also, I'm not sure how many sacks Myles Garrett is off the record, but he is going to probably get 3 this game. He is gonna wreck them. Now moving on, we have Washington at Minnesota with the return of J.J. McCarthy. I am going to take Washington to win this 21-16. I just don't have confidence in the Vikings. I really don't. And if Marcus Mariota comes out playing like he did last week, especially with Terry being back, the Vikings are screwed. Your offense is so unmotivated, so deflated. Shockingly, Minnesota is the favorite to this game, but I just don't see anything changing here. I see the same story. They're going to come out fired up for the first 3 drives, and then when everyone sees how badly they're playing, everyone's just going to lose all motivation to continue to try and drive like that. The Vikings are in a bad state. Now we've got the Dolphins at the Jets. This is going to be a tough one to pick. I don't know Garrett Wilson's status, and I think if he plays, the Jets will have a better chance to win this. I think the Jets can still win. However, Miami, they've been playing better as of late, especially with H.A.M. being so undeniable. I'm probably going to pick Miami here. We'll go 24-16. If Garrett Wilson does come back and play a full workload, though, I am going to expect him to have a pretty good game with Tyrod, too. Just want to throw that out there. Now we've got New Orleans at Tampa Bay. Take Tampa Bay easily, 28-10. It's a self-explanatory pick too. I don't mean to be boring, but just how I see it. And especially with Tampa Bay, becoming more healthy, getting guys like Godwin and Bucky Irving back, and Mike Evans possibly returning to practice. I don't know if that means he's going to play, but it shouldn't be too difficult for Tampa Bay to win this. Now we've got the Colts at Jacksonville. Indy, you poor bastards, you don't stand a chance. And it has nothing to do with Daniel Jones being hurt. It has nothing to do with the health of your team. It has to do with the fact that you guys haven't won in Jacksonville in 10 years. To put into perspective, Indianapolis has not won in Jacksonville since I have been in high school. I am 29. The entire time I have been a content creator, Indy has never won in Jacksonville. The last time the Colts beat Jacksonville in Jacksonville, their quarterback was Andrew Luck. Stranger Things, the TV show, wasn't even in existence the last time Indy beat Jacksonville in Jacksonville. The PS4 and Xbox One had just come out the last time Indy has beaten Jacksonville in Jacksonville. You're fucked. Jags win 20-10. Now we've got Pittsburgh at Baltimore. I'll take Baltimore to win 24-17 here. I think Lamar will bounce back finally. Also, Pittsburgh has just been playing so pathetically lately. It's hard to muster up the confidence to pick them here, especially after the addition of the great Adam Thielen, who got cut from the Vikings again, I will say, after trading a 4th-round pick for him. Awesome move. Rodgers is hurt. Mason Rudolph sucks. Baltimore is just the better team as I see it. I think they'll win this game. Now we've got Denver at Vegas. Broncos win 33-0. I hate watching the Raiders too. I really do, because you watch that team, you look at that offense, and every drive you're waiting for it to pop because they have the talent. You're like, okay, Bowers is going to get lit up this drive. Jenny's going to break away this drive. In 90% of the time, it just results in a fucking 3-and-out or a turnover. The Raiders suck, and they definitely need a complete clean out there too. Pete has just got to go. Like I've mentioned billions of times, he's outdated. You cannot still coach the game of football like it is 1998. It does not work. Moving on, we have the Bears at the Packers, and this is going to be my dad's pick of the week, and something tells me he's very excited about this pick, so I'm going to keep mine short and sweet. Oh, I'm taking the Bears, baby, and I'm going to take them by a field goal. 30-27. I think there is going to be a lot of scoring going on. I think this is going to get chaotic. I think there will be turnovers by both sides, but I think the guy who is the better coach at this moment, Ben Johnson, the guy who's been able to get his team consistently down that field and in that end zone, the guy that has turned the Bears into a division-winning franchise, Ben Johnson, will figure out a way to get the upper hand in this rivalry. The Bears are going to beat Green Bay.
Hey, WyattzWorld junkies, it's the Fossil back with another pick. Last week I correctly picked Buffalo to beat Pittsburgh. I moved to 12-1 in my cameo picks. There was a comment saying that I had gotten 2 games wrong. Go look at all the videos. I only had 1 wrong. That game was the Baltimore-Detroit game in week 3. I'm 12-1 going into this week, again picking teams that I haven't had in previous picks. Unfortunately, there's a matchup that features 2 teams that haven't been in a pick yet. That's when Chicago goes in and visits the Green Bay Packers. The Bears coming off a big win in Philly. A really hard place to win. Lambeau Field, it's a difficult place to win, but it hasn't been that difficult most recently. Carolina Panthers, case in point. I like Chicago to go in there and play really well. Of course, the Packers will come in and they'll be all heads up to take the lead in the division. This is a big game. Matt LaFleur stubbed his toe. Am I going to pick the Bears? Fucking A. I am picking the Bears. The Bears will win this one 31-28 when the Packers kicker chokes and misses a field goal to tie it towards the end. All you WyattzWorld junkies have a good week, and I will see you next week.
Now we have the Rams at the Cardinals. This will be entertaining. Jacoby Brissett will throw for a mile again, but the Rams will bounce back and get right here. I'll take the Rams to win 33-20 here, and it doesn't matter how many targets, receptions, or touchdowns Trey McBride has, or Michael Wilson, or Marvin Harris Jr., or... I'm dyslexic. There's no fucking way I'm not dyslexic. Anyway, the Cardinals have proven themselves to be very, very similar to the New Orleans Saints this year. They will make their plays. They will hang in there. They will make you work, but they will lose. And I think this game, they're going to lose by kind of a lot. Now moving on to Sunday night, we have Houston at Kansas City. I am going to take Kansas City to win this game. It's going to be really low scoring. We'll go 17-14. I hope Houston wins. That would be the first nail in the coffin here for Kansas City, but I think this movie is going to play out with them winning out of the season. This is a team that arguably plays better when their backs are against the wall, and not only are they pressed up against the wall, but they have a loaded shotgun pressed to their forehead. They're going to play conservative. They're going to play time. They're going to do what they have to get out of here ahead. However, I will say I think Rashee Rice is going to have the worst game of his season by far. Houston knows how to game plan. They know how to shut a player down. I really hope I'm wrong here, but I just don't believe Kansas City's done. And ending with Monday Night Football, we have the Eagles at the Chargers. Fuck it, give me the Chargers to win this one. We'll go 26-24, and Philadelphia is going to walk out of there in an array of panic. This game could go to anyone. I don't have a validated reason for picking the Chargers here other than the fact that I guess they've just been playing a little bit better than Philly. In the recent week, I should say. Both teams have flaws. Both teams have good offensive weapons. I think Jimbo will play smart. He'll play conservative. And the NFC East is about to get a hell of a lot more interesting. And that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, for my Week 14 NFL prediction. As always, please let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the video and where we agree and where we disagree. Also, feel free to show any support because you know I appreciate it. But in the meantime, I'm going to get this whipped up so you guys can all watch it on time. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and as always, I will see you in the next video.